So if you have had a bad event, understand what went wrong in the event, try to correct it, and then going forward, when you feel that okay, now I'm ready, I've understood my mistakes, go and play an event. Hello there, this is Hiram Bhagavat, and today we are going to talk about when exactly should we play chess tournaments so that we can benefit the most from the tournaments and avoid bad performances and avoid annoying losses. So with that, let us get started. So let us start with the 5 mistakes that chess players make, which you must know, and you must also know how to avoid them. So let's start them one by one and let us understand what these mistakes are, how to avoid them. So the first mistake when it comes to playing tournaments is many players play tournaments just because they had a bad event. And just because they had a bad event, now they think, okay, I had a bad event, I played the previous event horribly, my rating went down, I didn't perform as expected, and now I want to take revenge. I want to go forward and show the chess world how smart I am. However, this is a big mistake, because whenever you try to play tournaments just to take revenge of the previous bad performance, what actually happens is you become desperate for results. And when you become desperate for results, it's very difficult to practically get those results, and it's very difficult to stay on the top of your game. So for that reason, if you are a person who says, okay, I want to take revenge of my previous bad tournament, then you must stop it immediately. And what you need to do is you need to take a break if you are having a series of bad tournaments. So if you have had a bad event, understand what went wrong in the event, try to correct it, and then going forward, when you feel that okay, now I'm ready, I've understood my mistakes, go and play an event. So that's the first mistake, very important. If you're doing this, then, and if you're experiencing continuous losses or bad results, it is nothing new, nothing out of the box. It's something which is so simple. Whenever we do something with desperation, we are bound to fail. So do not try to play tournaments with desperation. Go there to have fun, go there to learn, go there to enjoy yourself, and you would see in no time you can get results with the right practice. The second mistake when it comes to playing tournaments is not having a fixed schedule. So if you are playing a one-day tournament, you can ignore this point. But if you are playing a long event, a FIDE rating tournament, where you know you are going to play for 6 to 7 days, in that case, you should have a schedule. So what majority players do is they have no schedule. They do not get up at a fixed time. They do not eat at a fixed time. They do not prepare something which is already fixed, which is already in their mind, like solving tactics or analyzing games. They have no schedule. All they do is they get up whenever they want. They go to the tournament like, whenever they feel like, and they play the game without a lot of preparation. So what you need to do, you need to decide a schedule in advance before the tournament, that okay, this is going to be my schedule. I'm going to get up at this time. After that, I'm going to do this. I'm going to prepare if possible. I'm going to do all these things, and have a schedule in your mind, and do not deviate from the schedule. This is very, very important. So what happens when everything is going right, if a player is winning games after games after games, then he tends to follow a schedule. He says, oh great, I'm winning the games with my schedule, let me use this schedule more and more and more. However, when results go down, when he's not getting results his way, I see lot of players deviating from the schedule. They say, oh, I'm anyway losing, let me try something else. However, that's not a good way to go about it. So whatever schedule you have decided, irrespective of the result in the tournament, you must follow the schedule. Third mistake of playing tournaments is playing the tournaments whenever they want. So I see many players, they try to go to every single rapid event, they try to play every single tournament, because how they think is, if I play more tournaments, I'll get more experience. When I get more experience, I'll become a stronger player. Now, that might be true if you have the skills, if you have the strength and you're doing all this, nothing bad about it, then in that case, it will help you improve your game. But if you do not have the skills and if you're just playing tournaments after tournaments after tournaments, that is not going to help you. So what is the right way to go about it? So the right way to go about it is learning something new, especially for the tournament. Now, it might be anything. It might be just a small opening. It might be some middle game strategies about a particular opening. So let's say after a rising position in the opening, you know how to play the middle game. You want to try that out in the game and now you are playing a tournament. It may be like your end game technique has improved and now you want to try that on the board. So you should try something new. You have to understand something new. And whenever you play a tournament, you have to go with one aim that I'm going to apply what new things I've learned into the game and I'm going to execute it on the board and see how it goes. Now, if it goes well, great. I would understand that, oh, I'm learning, I'm growing. If it doesn't go well, I will understand that, oh, okay, this is not the way to do it. Let me put in more practice. So the thrill of applying the new knowledge on the chessboard will take you to the next level and will take you to have to play better in all the tournaments. So instead of just going there in the tournament and hoping, okay, things will happen, everything will be great, the better way is to learn something new. And after you learn something new, then go forward and apply it on the board. That way, you would understand things in a better way. Plus, you would enjoy the game because you're trying something new. The fourth mistake is expecting bad results at the start of the tournament. So I see this with a lot of players where a lot of players, they expect negative results. Like they say, I'm in their head, they say, oh, I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared enough. I'm not practicing enough for a couple of days. What happens if I get paired against a higher rated player? What happens if I lose against a lower rated player? What will my parents say? What will my wife say? What will my husband say? What will my people around me say? And they have all this negative talk, which I say negative auto-suggestion, where they tell themselves that I'm going to fail. And they expect the failure in the future, and that's exactly what happens. They end up playing the tournament incorrectly because there is so much pressure on them to play well. So instead of doing this, what I recommend you to do is something known as positive autosuggestion. So what does positive autosuggestion mean? Does it mean that you should say to yourself that I should win the tournament? I'm the best player in the world? No. That is not positive autosuggestion. That is known as overconfidence. So we do not have to go into the overconfidence mode. We have to go into the positive autosuggestion mode. What does positive autosuggestion mode mean? A few days before the tournament, you tell yourself mentally that I'm going to play well in the tournament. I'm going to calculate variations deeply. I'm not going to blunder material. I'm going to look at my opponent's threats carefully. I'm going to give a tough fight even if I get paired against a high rated player or an international master or a grandmaster. If I get paired against a lower rated player, I'm not going to underestimate him. I'm going to consider him as a good player and treat him with respect, but at the same time, my goal is to win the game. And there are so many other things which you can say to yourself to motivate yourself and to bring yourself to the top of your psychological condition. Now, a disclaimer before I go to the next mistake is just because you're using positive autosuggestion, it does not guarantee that you play the tournament well. If your practice is not good, if you have not prepared well for the tournament, it doesn't matter how much you auto-suggest yourself positively, you are not going to play the tournament well. So important thing, first, you need to put yourself in a position where you have practiced well, you know that you have taken enough efforts so that you play a good game in the tournament. Your practice is good, you're practicing for the last couple of months. And then this auto-suggestion, it's like a cherry on the top of the cake. So use this and see how great results it can bring you. Mistake number 5. playing tournaments to get prizes or to earn rating points. So I see majority players, they play tournaments to earn prizes or to gain rating points. Now, there is nothing bad in getting prizes or getting rating points. However, the main goal that you should focus on while playing a tournament is not getting a higher rating or winning the prizes, but simply to learn and become better. So if you understand this simple point and you start applying this in your games, you would see all the other things which you are expecting right now, maybe the prizes, the rating points, they would come along the way. So this is the fifth mistake, and we have one more bonus mistake. Bonus mistake number 6, the most dangerous of all the mistakes I've shared with you till now. And that is giving too much importance to one single tournament. So what majority players do is they lose in one event, they have bad performance in one of the events, and what they tell themselves is they are not good enough, they are extremely bad players, they are never going to achieve their goal, they are never going to make it. So listen to me carefully, this is the most important thing that I'm going to teach in this entire video, and that is you do not have to base your entire self-esteem on one single tournament or on one single event. So if you had a bad event, then it's logical to feel little bit negative. It makes sense to feel little bit bad because we are all human beings. If things don't go our way, we would feel bad, but that does not mean we base our entire self-esteem on that one event and we see that, okay, now I'm never going to make it to the next level. So if you can overcome this, then you would feel a little bit bad, but you can bounce back even faster, and then you can play the couple of the next events in a better way. So that's about these mistakes, these 6 mistakes. If you can avoid these 6 mistakes, the next tournament that you're going to play can be the big break into the professional chess world. So use all this material in your games and in your tournaments and put it in the chat and tell me, how did you find this video? Are these mistakes relatable to you? And how many of these mistakes are you making in your tournament games? So stay tuned for the next video, and hope you liked this video, hope you enjoyed this video. So give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you never miss another video from me. Thank you and bye-bye.